Alright, this is Matt Hearn again from St. Louis, Missouri. This video I'll be doing a little bit about the state of Israel and the conflict we're seeing going on in Gaza. Uh, I've spent a lot of time researching this subject. It's very interesting, and I think it might be one of the most brutal conflicts that's within the past decade at least. I've written down some facts, so my memory doesn't serve me wrong. I guess I'll begin it with the creation of Israel and the Jewish state, which happened in 1948 after the British, which prior to 1948 were colonizing Palestine, which, if you look at Palestine, the majority of Palestine is now today Israel. So prior to 1948, the British were colonizing Palestine. So, they legally own Palestine. Uh, During 1948, the Jewish people, the majority of the Jewish population, after the Holocaust and everything, they decided they want their own country. They want a safe haven for Jews to go to so they won't be persecuted, which we can all understand after the Holocaust. Like, of course, obviously, you don't want that to happen again. Uh, so what happened was the British, they legally retracted their colonization of Palestine and basically told the Jewish population, like, if you want your own state, here's where it's going to be at. So, the majority of the Jewish population went to Palestine, and once they were there, conflicts almost immediately broke out between the Palestinian Arabs and the Israeli Jewish population. Since then, Israel has grown significantly. Really, the only sovereign Palestinian land left is in the Gaza Strip and the West Bank, and a few other locations. Very, very small compared to what it used to be. Israel is pretty much taken over completely, and they have built walls all around Israel now. You know, uh, yeah, but during that, 750,000 Palestinians were displaced from Palestine and moved basically to the Gaza Strip and the West Bank, where we're seeing the majority of this conflict happening today. All right. I guess the first fact to start with, because I think it's the most brutal and the worst one you can find, I think, about Israel and what Israel has been doing in the past decade, is that since the year 2000, Israel has killed over 1,500 children from the ages of 2 years old all the way up to 12. 1,500 children. They've been known to systematically bomb schools and bomb hospitals, nurseries and stuff like that. They purposefully target children, uh, which everyone should be against. Clearly, children dying is never a good thing. Never. Uh, yeah, I guess some other ones. Uh, yeah, in 2009, there was something called the Gaza Massacre, in which 7,000 Palestinians were killed. Palestinian civilians were killed. Hundreds and hundreds of them were children. Uh, during the same, during the Gaza massacre, which took place in 2009, 13 Israeli soldiers lost their lives. But as we know now, the majority of those soldiers that lost their lives due to friendly fire, which is bombs dropping a little too close to them. Yeah. So, there's a ton of facts out there like that. I urge you all to go check them out. I don't really have enough time to get into all of them. But yeah, so I guess next I'll talk about Hamas, which by the United States and most Western powers, and especially Israel, is considered a terrorist organization. You hear a lot about people saying Hamas is backed by Iran. Iran is supplying them with weapons, which very well might be the case because Hamas operates in the Gaza Strip and in the West Bank, and in those locations there's embargoes happening. The Israeli occupation does not allow weapons or medical aid or anything else to come in or out of those areas. So if Hamas is resisting the occupation of Israel, they have to get their weapons from somewhere, right? So it wouldn't surprise me if it was from Iran. It could be from anyone, though. I'm not sure about that. Uh, yeah, so Hamas, which is considered a terrorist organization, was actually democratically elected by the Palestinians during the Carter administration. Uh, so really, they're more of a government organization than a terrorist organization. They were elected by the Palestinian people to govern them and to protect them. And since then, we've seen, Israel has been continuously bombing and attacking Gaza Strip and the West Bank. So Hamas, staying true to being elected and to govern the people of Palestine, of course they're going to take up arms. They're going to try to defend their people. A lot of times I look on the see the news, and the news like say Hamas has been using human shields. Like how terrible is that? They're a terrorist organization. But if you really research the subject, you'll find that there's no documented record ever of Hamas using human shields. That was something that Benjamin Netanyahu, the prime minister of Israel, came out and said. But it has no factual backing at all. Another thing is often says that Hamas fires rockets into Israel over the walls of the Gaza Strip, uh, which is true. However, the rockets being fired over the wall into Israel are RPGs, and oftentimes they're makeshift RPGs. They're not even real military grade rockets. Since the year 2000, I think 132 Israeli civilians have been killed by Hamas. I mean, like I said earlier, just the one massacre of Gaza in 2009, just one conflict in 2009 killed over 7,000 Palestinians. So if you look at the numbers, clearly the Palestinians are suffering heavier casualties. Uh, yeah, Gaza is blocked off by three sides. There's walls on three sides of them, and the other side there's a sea, and Israel's put military gunboats in the sea, so you can't leave via sea and you can't leave via land because you're blocked in with all these walls. Uh, so that's pretty much it. It's pretty much all the time I got. But uh, it's I don't think we should really be if anyone in the Israeli-Gaza conflict is a terrorist organization, then statistics and facts should point that terrorist organization is more likely to be Israel than Hamas. I guess I finished it off by saying a couple years ago, Amnesty International said that all aid to Israel should be considered illegal because Israel is the biggest violator of human rights on the planet. All right, that's all the time I get. I guess like and leave a comment.